Color, stay down here. This is taking kind of a while. There we go.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live first-round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in on our featured golfer here at the First. Frank, you've been there so many times, really nothing like the first tee of a brand new championship.
The thought of the
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. This, the second shot here at the par 4. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That will be a great look at birdie.
Not too shabby.
Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business. Frank, how much does that birdie help the cause?
It doesn't look like much right now, Rich, just sneaking inside the top 20. But at the end of the day, that might be the one that turned the tide.
Now at the second here at Lighthouse Point, Frank, this is some tough par 3.
If you want to try and really break the hole down and be a purist here, Rich, you'd like to hit a little cut into this green, something that moves away from the water and the cliff back towards that bunker. That would be the perfect shot to hit. But such a difficult par 3. Anything on the green would be good here.
I like the looks of this one. So on a putting surface, taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Ooh, I hit that hard.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
Now the third hole here at Lighthouse Point, par 5, 566 yards. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frankie appears to be in control of his game in the early going.
I like what I'm seeing out there, doing all the basic things at a very, very high level, getting the ball in play. That helps set up the next shot. Next shot gets on the green. That's how it sets up the birdie putt. It's one thing leading to another. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Pretty good result right there, considering
it looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are faster. You never know. Good line, good pace.
Hold on, maybe there is a chance for the win. That eagle moving the player into the top 10.
Just when we're focused at the top of the leaderboard, there's a lot of movement there in the middle of the field.
And we pick up action at the fourth. Frank, I've been impressed with the play to this point early in the round.
Yeah, it's solid without being spectacular, and that's actually a huge compliment. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
That's not good.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. So a tester from 4 feet. Good solid work right there, and stays at 4 under. Now at the fifth here at Lighthouse Point, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
When you stand on this tee, Rich, you don't see any fairway bumpers, but be careful. It can certainly fool you. The goal really with the Cliffs course is to find fairways.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
We are about 170 yards from the hole.
Dang it.
This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Par 3 6th is relatively short, 198 yards, Frank.
But this one, really, you've got to go airborne here. That bunker that protects the left side and front, you've got to carry that and get it to land soft so it doesn't skip through the back of the screen. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. He just missed the bunker.
Second shot.
Racking them and stacking them right now. 6 under par for the tournament. Now to the 7th hole here at Lighthouse Point. Frank, we all love the shorter par 4s.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. If you look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really, that's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
What's going on here? Too much.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Settles in over the putt. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
This would give him the par.
Just dwindling the holes down. Pars are fine right now.
Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It is only 165 yards. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
It's at sneaky distance.
Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful roll. We move to the 9th hole and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out, excuse the pun. We are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price.
Oh, it looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Well, that one didn't work out. Didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. And it makes the green in regulation. Clean this up with a tap. Moves to -8. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, this really is kind of a good lesson. You and I had said earlier that it looked gloomy, but you dig in, you keep fighting, and something good happens.
You have to credit his composure.
EA Sports and the R&A are proud to present opening round coverage of the Open Championship. Excellent looking shot here. Good contact, good result. Strong winds continue to be a factor. Frank, I know you've played all over the world. How much did you enjoy the challenge of playing into a stiff breeze?
Well, it was a chance to separate yourself from the rest of the field, Rich. Just like these conditions we're seeing right now. You've really got to be smart. Pick the right shot. If you get too aggressive on a day like today, you'll pay a far more severe price than normal.
Club selection obviously is crucial.
Oh, it's imperative today.
Take an extra club or two, choke down.
Very much so.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. This is a cross-country special. Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. And ready to tee off here at the par 4, 391 yards second.
Yeah, it's not overly long. The biggest priority for the players is just avoiding the bunkers, all 11 of them, whether it be with your tee shot or the second hole. But at that modest length, it is very much a birdie hole.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Shouldn't be a problem here. Moves into the top 25 with that birdie. Back to the tee box here on hole number 3, and there are a few club selection decisions that come into play on this first shot, Frank.
There is. The reason why there's a burn that cuts through from the 16th hole all the way across the golf course through the middle of the third. And that stops, or should I say starts, at about 285 yards. That really has to be at the forefront of your mind.
That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. Looks like about 80 yards left. Good-looking shot right here.
Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
You're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies.
And we pick up action at the 4th. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, we have already seen some excellent play. Frank, what are some of the keys to keeping this early momentum?
Basically just trying to do the same things. We're seeing good driving, good approach play, and very good speed on the green right now. Keep doing the same thing. I tell you, there's long and long, and that with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. Frank, there's a real art to putting a good 72-hole score in the book, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. You know, you can have a flash of brilliance, make 5 or 6 birdies. It can be offset by doubles and quadruple bogeys. And in the end, it's the end. What did you do? The plus and the minuses. And that's why all our biggest championships have, of recent, been stroke play.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Wow, I thought he made that. You hate to miss the short ones. Ouch. Just a couple of feet. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
On to the 5th hole now, Frank, and this is really where the old course starts to test the golfers. It's just over 200 yards. You happy with a par 3 here?
You are. This is one of the toughest shots, certainly on the outward 9. There's 4 bunkers of this par 3. You don't really worry about the one that's short left, but the one just on the front right of the green is the biggest concern. You've either got to go around it or carry it.
No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. These putts keep the round together. Who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. The young star makes his birdie.
You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. So from the rough back to the fairway. That's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Good chance now after that approach shot for a birdie.
He was so precise coming in, and the measurement is 9 feet away.
This is a good move. Another birdie. Now to 5 under for the tournament. Frank, we're moving inland now to the 7th hole. It's a 405-yard par 4. What's ahead?
Little dogleg to the right, a couple of bunkers right on the corner of it. So once again, check the breeze and somehow find that fairway.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That's another green hit in regulation, and that has been the story all day, just wearing out the center of that club face.
It's at sneaky distance. Great sense of speed in that. You know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
Frank, the par 3 8th hole, it is one of the most famous little holes in all of golf.
123 yards postage stamp. Pick the wrong club, though, maybe a little too much, and it'll be a green that you'll more than airmail.
Frank missed the green off the tee.
Yeah, but this is certainly a tricky little shot coming up here at the par 3.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. And he's made. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Ready to go here at the 9th at Royal Troon Golf Club. 423 yards. What are you looking to do with this one, Frank?
Well, it's another one that's a dogleg left. It's called the Monk, actually, because it faces the village of Monktown. One bunker on the left, 285 yards to carry that, but it's not that you're trying to carry it. It's you're trying to cut the ball off that.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That would be a great look at birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Now to 7 under par. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the...
So many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going? Rich, right now, this does not look like the same player we saw earlier on in the day.
I don't recognize him. He was hitting it all over the ballpark in the first few holes. I didn't think there was any chance that he'd be where he is right now. Credit to him. This took guts.
Yeah, his composure is so different right now.
Well, that's the beauty of this game. You stay with it. It's 18 holes. You keep fighting, and you can put a score on the card.